Welcome to episode 5 of Paranoid Disposition.
So, we've gotten a request from a listener to do something more extraterrestrial. I assure you all that we have plenty of crazy theories to go over. It's just that most dumb conspiracies deal with our celebrities and government. But today, we have something different that we're sure you all will enjoy.
Humankind has always had a fascination with the giant satellite in the heavens above us that we've observed for millennia. There have been numerous theories of our moon dating back to Babylonian times, and they continue to this day.
It is now widely accepted that our moon came to be after a Mars-sized planet collided with our Earth and created its celestial body.
But there are others out there that think otherwise, and that Earth's satellite is actually an alien spacecraft. Alex, would you like to start us off?
Oh, I'd love to. All right, so this is a theory that was proposed back in the 1970s by Soviet scientists. It is called the spaceship moon theory, or artificial moon theory, alien moon theory, and
Hollow moon, right?
Oh yeah, that's like the big name.
It's the big name. You messed up. Hollow moon theory.
And it was proposed by Michael
Vazen.
I thought it was Voisin.
Whatever.
And then wait. Okay,
Go.
I got this
Good
one.
luck with this one.
Alexander Shabakov.
No.
Shabakov?
Shish kebab.
It's not shish kebab. And it's also...
Shisher back off. Sister, back off.
We've been preparing a week to pronounce these names, too, which is the sad part.
YouTube pronunciation didn't really help that much. It just made us laugh more. Okay. So these two Russian researchers.
Yeah, and it's also called the... Voisin Shabakov theory. Did I sound Russian?
That was actually sounded better than before, so good job. So they published an article called...
Is the moon the creation of alien intelligence?
In Sputnik, which was like a Soviet version of Reader's Digest.
I did not know that.
In 1970, yeah. You're welcome. There was also, like, the earliest mention of this theory was actually in 1901 in an H.G. Wells book, who's the guy who wrote War of the Worlds. And you don't know about this?
No, I do.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
looking
giving
at
you
me
a dumb
deep.
look like, ugh, everybody knows that. Like, come on. Actually, they probably don't. Just
Maybe all of our listeners don't know about this theory. So anyways, before Alex was rude, H.G. Wells wrote the book The First Men in the Moon,
dum dum dum.
which went with the theory that the moon is hollow and that there's a spacecraft inside.
And that the aliens are insect hybrid alien creatures.
You sound so confident.
Didn't know how to word that one.
So, I mean, people have talked about the Earth being hollow because, you know, people like talk about hell and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that the theory that the moon is hollow kind of spurred from that because we've long talked about, you know, the Earth and, like, why not the moon? But there's a whole other level to it.
Yeah, that's Hollow Earth is something we'll have to get into
True.
at a later date. Mm-hmm. But the authors of Is the Moon the Creation of an Alien Intelligence, they referenced earlier speculation by astrophysicist, I'm going to fuck this up too, Losif Shklovsky. We'll go with that. Who suggested that the Martian moon, Phobos, was an artificial satellite and hollow. And by Martian moon, I mean Mars.
We need to stop referencing Russian scientists. This is not going well. Next week, we're going to be referencing German scientists. It's going to be even worse. So there are actually some scientific reasons that this theory holds sound. Like, there are, beyond just people speculating, there are actually, like, basically problems with the moon that lend, you know, credence to this theory.
I mean, the moon is an animal.
Should we just start over?
I cannot just talk today. No.
Okay, sorry.
This is our fifth take.
Anomaly.
Yes, anomaly. Why? I was trying to find it on my page, and like my brain wasn't working.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm smart, guys. I swear.
Okay, there are some anomalies.
Such as the moon's size.
Yes, the size of the moon is much bigger than we would expect.
I mean, our moon is bigger than Pluto.
Yeah. And then there's also the moon's density, which... So the moon is bigger than we'd expect, but the density is much lower, and it's lower than Earth, but it has much less mass than Earth, so that doesn't add up. So that makes you think, like, wait, maybe it doesn't have the same, like, structure as the planet we're on.
I wonder why that could be.
Bum, bum, bum!
Could it be hollow?
Scientists can't really explain this. I mean, scientists can't really explain the moon itself. Dr. Robin Brett, who's a NASA scientist, said, "It seems much easier to explain the non-existence of the moon than the existence, because so many things just don't add up." There's also the time with the Apollo landings where we did experiments to hear, like, we were trying to judge the density. Was that what it was? I think that's what the experience. It was kind of like,
I didn't write that part.
How will the moon react to mass crashing into it?
Yes, because they deliberately crashed during the ascent stage of its lunar module onto the moon's surface. Apollo 12 did.
Yes, Apollo 12. And when they landed, the moon rang like a bell.
For an hour.
An hour. And then later, I think some Russians tried it again with even more force, and it rang for 3 hours. Yep. And that doesn't make any sense, because if it's solid, why would it ring like a bell? Because bells are hollow. That's why they ring. So the sound, no one can explain it. And also the fact that it continued for so long. There's also issues with the surface of the moon. The Marias, or large dark seas, which is like it looks like craters, basically. They believe that it's molten rock. But scientists have been unable to find volcanoes which the molten rock would come from. Like, no active volcanoes or extinct ones. So where does the lava come from?
Well, here is the actual theory about why it could be hollow. They said that the moon is a hollowed-out planetoid or artificial structure containing an underground base, serving also as the interior of a gigantic UFO spaceship created by unknown beings with technology far superior to any on Earth. And the reason why they said it would be hollowed out is huge machines would have been used to melt rock and form large cavities within the moon, with the resulting molten lava spewing out onto the moon's surface. The moon, therefore, consists of a whole-like inner shell and an outer shell made from metallic rocky slag. So that would explain why.
That would explain the molten lava. And without that, like, where does it come from?
True.
So another big thing is the orbit. Almost all orbits in our solar systems and other solar systems that we've observed, the planets move in an elliptical shape, but the orbit of the moon around the Earth is nearly perfectly circular.
Yeah, and the moon's actual orbit is pretty much stationary too.
Yeah, it's too perfect, basically. And on physicsworld.com, in response to this question about the orbit, they said the moon's orbit is fiendishly difficult to explain.
The whole entire moon is difficult to explain.
You know, the further I dig deep into this theory, I actually start to believe it.
I mean, you got my text message last night, and I was like, I truly believe the moon is a spaceship.
He was like all about it. So another thing that's just too perfect is the solar eclipse. The fact that the moon and the sun can line up so perfectly to cause a solar eclipse is so weird. It's bizarre. No other planet in our solar system has a moon that will do this anywhere nearly as perfectly.
Well, people could just say that.
It's like it was designed, and I don't mean by God. I mean by aliens.
Just about to say
By the way. Okay, so Isaac Asimov, who is an author and biochemist, says there is no astronomical reason why the moon and the sun should fit so well. It is the sheerest of coincidences, and only the Earth among all the planets is blessed in this fashion. Which, must I point out, it's kind of strange for like a biochemist to say blessed. Like that's just a strange term. He's doing the cross. It's just odd.
To all my fellow Catholics out there.
You're not a real Catholic. Bro, you're an atheist.
Whoa. Agnostic.
Sorry, I don't mean to label you.
Jeez.
Okay, but you're an agnostic. That's not Catholic. You're raised Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Side trip.
All right. Wait, what did you just say? Okay, my notes...
About the solar eclipse.
Okay. Yeah, my notes are everywhere.
Damn, boy, get it together.
And I keep on, like, twitching through all the papers trying to find the words you're saying, because I know that I have them somewhere.
Okay, I was talking about solar eclipses, and I was just talking about general oddities about the moon. Do you have anything you'd like to add, sir?
What about the unexplainable center of mass and geometric center?
Tell me about it.
Well,
Stood.
Another thing about the moon we've been able to scientifically understand is the discrepancy in its center of mass, which is around 6,000 feet closer to our planet than its geometric center. According to our understanding, the cause of the moon to constantly wobble, it should cause the moon to constantly wobble, yet it remains steady, which further speculates that the moon was placed in its current position and orbit by an intelligent mind.
Another big thing is like what we found on the moon, like titanium.
Yes.
So in the Marias, like the seas basically, that like some are the size of Texas, they contain fluid titanium. Titanium never gets hot enough to become fluid on Earth, and the moon is definitely not hotter than the Earth. So one explanation is someone, and I have this in parentheses, not human, with highly advanced technology distributed the titanium that way. Because how else did it get like that?
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I have a quote right here. Extremely hard and the moon rocks are extremely hard and contains minerals like titanium. Processed metals included brass and micrete. Whatever, we'll go with that. You all want to look it up. It's MICRE, and I'm an idiot. Oh, okay. And the elements uranium-236 and neptunium-237 that have never been found to occur naturally. So these, they protect from unfavorable effects from temperature, from cosmic radiation, and meteorite bombardment. These refractory metals are resistant from heat and wear. So pretty much the lunar rocks, they are poor heat conductors. So they're protecting something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much about it that's strange. I mean, even just the existence of the moon, like, scientists have theories about how it came to be.
Yeah, there are 3 main theories.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Just looked at me like...
I was waiting for you to continue.
Oh. Do you want me to go into them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one that I first stated when we opened this podcast about Mars-like planet hitting the moon, which was called Venus, I believe, which is...
Yeah, it's like one planet crashed into the Earth, and one of the like largest pieces of debris turned into the moon. And I mean, like, one thing that doesn't make sense about that is that scientists say that we should have found debris from the moon on the Earth.
And also, we're getting sidetracked, but we'll go back to how the moon was created. But some of the rocks on the moon predate the Earth. Did you see any of that?
That's insane.
Seriously.
Okay, continue.
So, this is a quote. The oldest rocks found on planet Earth have been discovered in Greenland. They're dated back 3.7 billion years. One rock from man's first trip to Luna, the moon, was a baffling 4.3 billion years old. Another puzzler, rock number 13, checked in at an unbelievable 4.5 billion years. And an Apollo 11 soil sample turned out to be 4.6 billion years old. And another report, based on the potassium-argon system of dating, now accepted by science as one of the most accurate dating systems, claimed some of the rocks gave an unacceptable age of 7 billion years. 2 Apollo 12 rocks have been dated at 20 billion years.
Wow. That's crazy.
Right? But no, okay, so back to the moon, like how it was first created. Yeah. So you have this huge Mars-like planet that hits Earth and creates the moon.
Some researchers suggest that the moon was originally formed elsewhere, perhaps even in another planet, such as Venus, before being grabbed by Earth's gravitational pull. Other words, like we have gained moons in this manner. For example, Phobos and Deimos, the 2 tiny satellites of Mars, are thought to be captured asteroids. So, I mean, this is kind of an origin theory, but it's more like, it's not really how the moon was created, it's how the moon came to be a part of, like, be our moon, basically. Mm-hmm. So it's not technically an origin theory, just like how it came to be a part of our orbit.
And also, they think that we might have had 2 moons as well.
Really? I haven't heard that.
Well, you know, if I could find my goddamn sources right now.
This is horrible. Okay, are you looking at the fission idea?
The what?
Fission idea? It was thought up by Charles Darwin's son, George, in the 19th century.
What is that? That was not in my research.
It's so shitty.
I think Beth's broken.
I apologize for your ears right now, having to hear my squeals.
Please tell me about Darwin's son.
Sorry. Okay, so he's saying that the material that formed the moon was ejected into space by a molten, fast-spinning Earth in the very early days of the solar system. Most scientists discount the fission hypothesis, saying that the Earth could not have been spinning fast enough to expel a huge blob of rock. But one 2010 study suggested that a natural nuclear explosion set up by the super concentration of radioactive elements may have provided the kick to dislodge a moon-sized piece of the early Earth into orbit. You believe in that one?
Totally. Sorry, I got really sidetracked because I finally found the fission thing.
Oh, is that what you were going to tell me about?
I finally.
And I found it before you. Yeah, it's called Google. It's awesome.
I use DuckDuckGo. I don't want the government spying on me. Have we gone over the condensation theory?
No.
It says that the moon and the Earth formed together while orbiting a black hole. However, this theory neglects an explanation of why the moon orbits the Earth, nor does it explain the difference in densities between the moon and Earth.
Oh, cool. So it sounds like it really, it's right on the money.
Totally. I just wanted to add something and seem
Thanks, Alex.
Cool.
I appreciate your input.
Anytime.
We all need to have a voice.
That's what I'm here for.
Wait, did you just... Was the... was the one that you just told me about?
Get your shit together.
I'm not the only one who doesn't have my shit together. Were you talking about co-formation a second ago?
Co-formation?
Yeah, which is like they were both created at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's called... This is co-acceleration. No. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. 4.5 million years ago?
There are no numbers here.
Well, you need to get a better website.
But it's called... I don't know.
What about
This is what happens when we talk about aliens.
I'm dying. I'm literally crying. Oh my gosh, that rhymed. Do tissue.
Have a napkin.
That works. Oh man. Do you want to talk and I'll get myself together? Do you have anything to say?
Yeah.
Have a voice, Alex.
I want to get into the present day.
Go for it.
Actually, yeah. Okay. So recently, there's somebody else out there speaking out about the Hollow Moon. And it being an alien spacecraft.
Bay.
And his name is David
Icke.
Doo doo doo. He's an English writer and public speaker. He was a former goalkeeper for the Hereford United. He was a footballer, and then
Or soccer. Soccer here, football there.
Yeah. Well,
our listeners are mostly American.
and I apologize for that.
Yeah, you should apologize. Get your shit together, man.
But he eventually got injured, and then he became a sports broadcaster for the BBC. And he has said that it's an alien spacecraft. But he also claims that the royal family are reptilian aliens, and that he is the son of the Godhead.
He is. He's something. I listened to some of his interviews.
Yeah.
And became terrified. Last night I was listening to an interview of his, and I honestly thought that maybe the aliens were in my kitchen because I started hearing things. I had to turn it off and turn on true crime so I could sleep.
Oh yeah, turn on true crimes.
That's what lulls me. Hearing about a good murder. The alien stuff just freaks me out. I'm a reasonable person.
Well, he's gone on to say that some scientists don't talk about a planet-moon relationship, but a planet-planet relationship, because, as we've said before, the moon is bigger than Pluto.
So he's saying that, like, we should just consider the moon a planet, not a moon.
I mean, he's saying the relationship between the two is more of, like,
A planet.
it's another planet.
Yeah.
And he also went on to say, it is more likely that what we have here is a very ancient spaceship, the interior of which was filled with fuel for the engines and materials and appliances for repair work and instruments, observation equipment, and all manner of machinery. I don't know why I did an accent with that.
So,
it wasn't even British.
So if the moon is a spaceship, why? There are a lot of different theories as to why and who would build this.
Okay, well, do you want to know why I think it's real?
I do want to know why you do.
All right, so the moon, we have a very special relationship with the moon. It
lets us live a happy life.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for the moon, we would be spinning erratically around the sun. Seasons would be all out of whack. The tides would... Okay, here's the big thing. The moon causes the tides because of the gravitational pull. So I'm thinking, aliens built it elsewhere.
Okay.
From in our solar system maybe, but outside
Far
of it.
away.
Yeah, somewhere.
In a galaxy far, far away. Little Star Wars reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that?
The moon could be the Death Star 3. That's how...
I mean, basically, yes. It looks very similar.
But, okay, so what I'm saying is that, okay, so they bring the moon into our orbit, because maybe they want to create, like, a new life, and, like, maybe they ruined where they lived, like we're doing right now.
Okay, they're trying to find some place to survive. So basically what you're saying is soon we will be the aliens going to other planets, trying to find other planets to ruin.
If we don't kill ourselves at that
but
time,
like,
before that.
Are we already the aliens?
That's what I think.
You can't see me, but I'm doing the twinkly hand thing.
These are not spirit fingers. These are spirit fingers.
Okay, but it was like more serious than that.
Okay. Whatever, this is
okay, so yeah, tell me more about why you think.
Okay, so life was formed in the tidal pools of the oceans.
True,
and we
evolution.
came up from the water and evolved. So in order to do that, we needed the gravitational pull.
Gravitational pull. He's gonna kill me.
And so the moon's
Mom,
here.
Dad, I love you.
I'm going to be on the My Favorite Murderer podcast.
My favorite podcast.
Mine's Paranoid Disposition.
Everyone go listen to My Favorite Murder. It's amazing.
We're not sponsored by them.
I wish we were sponsored by them.
But no,
Okay.
so the moon came and it created the tidal pools, and then life began, and maybe we're just one big science experiment, and they were watching over us. Maybe they're not anymore.
So, like,
But
yeah.
oh, go on,
No.
go on. Okay, well, I was watching videos of live streams of the moon, and I myself have seen spacecrafts.
What?
And there have been tons of other sightings of spacecrafts on the
Okay,
moon.
well, I've seen plenty of those videos. Okay, he's giving me a
I spend way
very
too much time watching
ghoulish
these.
smile right now. He looks like a schoolgirl. But like, how do you know that you can trust it? Like, what feed were you watching? What site were you on?
YouTube.
Okay. Need I say more? I mean, I love a good conspiracy theory, and I definitely believe in aliens, but I do think you need to be aware that people find joy out of editing things to make molders like yourself believe. Just gotta use your street smarts. Don't be an idiot.
I also looked on the interwebs. There have been other
You
sightings.
looked up, you heard about it on the internet? It must be true.
I hate you so much.
So, okay. So that's one theory. Is like they came here to help us get started and create
Life.
life. So another theory is maybe aliens did not create it.
What?
We did.
What?
In the future, because we can time travel eventually. So what we did was we knew that we needed a moon, right? We knew that we needed this thing to make life possible. Because people always say, like, the fact that there is life on Earth is just like such like a magical coincidence that like so many things clicked into place. Well, maybe eventually we found evidence that things didn't just click into place. We clicked them into place.
But then how were we even created to be able to go back in time if there was no moon in the first place?
So we realize this. So we start building this moon shape thing. We build this spaceship.
That's star number 3.
And we go back in time and place it there. And that allows life to start.
And that's how we had 2 moons starting out.
Oh! Oh! I think we solved it.
Yeah. All right. Case is closed. Podcast is
Over.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
No, we're
not really done.
We're not really done.
So that was cute.
It just actually hit the mic and it scared me.
And he, had a nice reaction to it. So another theory is that maybe the moon is like Australia. Like, that's where we put all the criminals.
Like it's a holding cell.
Yeah, like, because, like, I don't mean now, obviously. Like, when they first went to Australia, they put a bunch of criminals from England there.
That explains Australia.
You didn't know that?
No, I've heard of that, but that actually makes perfect sense.
Yeah, they, like, took a bunch of criminals, I think from England. I really feel bad for all the history buffs. I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry. Anyways, so maybe, like, it's like a big jail. Maybe aliens did travel in the moon, but it was one of those things where they couldn't travel fast enough for them themselves to reach this galaxy. So it's more like they procreated on this spaceship and, like, generations later managed to get here. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Similar to that movie that's coming out this December, which I totally forgot the name of, but
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No.
Well, that already came out, but one of the books, they have this in it.
Oh, then yes.
Are you thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, but it does have Chris Pratt in it. What the fuck is its name? Hey Siri.
Bro. You can't use Siri.
What is Chris Pratt's upcoming movie?
I'm sorry, Captain Awesome Pants. I'm afraid I can't answer that.
Siri's such a bitch.
All right, well, it has Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, I read the script. It's really good, but it's about
The passengers.
Yes,
Passengers.
Yes, it's about a spaceship.
See if you just do it yourself, it'll happen
Were
so much faster. Passengers. It's coming out in 2016. We are not sponsored by them, but we would appreciate some money. That would be nice.
But no, so like the basis is like there's a spacecraft going to another galaxy with life, and they're all hibernate, like in hibernation.
Oh, okay.
To create like new life later on, and they're going to a distant planet. But Chris Pratt's character becomes free, and he like lives for a year, and then he wants a girlfriend, so he lets Jennifer Lawrence out.
That sounds like a disaster.
That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody, we're not even. I'm not even gonna tell you to see because they're not sponsoring us. Just it's coming out.
Don't see that movie. I'm just kidding. I don't care. You can go if you want. So
okay, we got way sidetracked.
I actually am kind of going back. So
okay, good.
I mean, like the only other theory along this line of thinking that the moon's existence doesn't make sense is a theory that I'm not a fan of, but I know millions of people in the world are, so I'm gonna mention it. God.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if it doesn't make sense through science,
it's God.
I mean, there are so many things that disprove that, but that is one theory. I mean, if I'm going to mention an alien spaceship, I feel like I should mention God.
I'm just waiting for there to be crickets in the background. Wait, I can't do this.
I don't think snapping your fingers.
No, I was trying to rub them together because I know that's. I could add that in post.
Oh, yeah. True. Now that we've had the most rambling podcast ever, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I want to go back to good old David.
Oh, yes.
He's
my boy.
He's actually
my main bee.
He's actually predicted some stuff that actually came true.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
9/11.
Really?
Yeah. In 1999, he wrote, between 2000 and 2002, the USA will suffer a major attack on a large city. And he also predicted predicted the shootings in 2012. He said that in the year 2012, a series of U.S. shootings would happen in several states. And there was the movie theater shooting where 12 people were killed and 58 injured. The temple shooting in Oak Creek where 6 were killed and 3 injured. And the Minneapolis shooting where 6 were killed and 3 were injured. And of course, the Sandy Hook where 27 were killed and many injured.
What's his explanation for these foreshadowing? Like, does he get visions?
He's son of the Godhead. He
Oh, okay. It suddenly all makes sense.
He's our
the
prophet.
Godhead.
He's our prophet.
Okay, what's the Godhead?
It's his explanation for God, pretty much. Like it's
so like he's like the son of God.
Yeah,
is what he's saying.
Exactly.
Okay, but why is it Godhead? Does he just want to be like distinctive from God? Like he doesn't want people to think it's just like the boring Christian version?
Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay,
but
yeah, that makes sense.
Imagine,
it reminds me
like,
of fish heads.
I just imagine a giant like oval head in the sky.
I literally just think of fish with their heads cut off.
Like I think of that episode of Rick and Morty, which I'm sure tons of people know what I'm talking about. Where
I haven't watched that show in so long. Did you see that there's another season coming out?
I've been waiting over a year for it. It should be out in the next 2 months, and I cry myself to sleep every night.
Wow.
Until I want to know what happens to Rick. But yeah, I'll post a picture on our Facebook site so everybody will understand what I'm talking about, because that's how I imagine the Godhead. But do you know about his Saturn moon matrix theory?
No, tell me about it.
The Moon Matrix is introduced in Human Race Get Off his book Human Race Get Off Your Knees. The Lion Sleeps No More, which came out in 2010.
Yes.
In which he suggests that the Earth and collective human mind are manipulated from the moon, a spacecraft, an interdimensional portal controlled by the reptilians.
I did hear him talk about this a bit, about like how like basically there's been an awakening. And like he's talking about like people, like I guess because he has quote unquote realized, like people are realizing that their minds are being controlled by Mars, basically.
By Mars.
By aliens on Mars, right?
Oh.
Right? Isn't that what he's saying? It's kind of hard to tell, honestly.
Talking about Venus? No, Saturn. That's
Saturn.
Yeah.
There's been an awakening.
The Moon Matrix is a broadcast from that spacecraft to the human body.
Oh, that's like that crazy chick. The first known female serial killer. Before she was put to death, she was wearing a tinfoil hat and said that the government was controlling her thoughts.
Really?
Yeah. Never heard of her?
No, who was this?
Oh, God. She was in Florida, and what she would do is she would, like, prostitute herself and then kill the guys.
Yes, I just watched something about this the other day.
Aileen.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I didn't know that she wore a tinfoil hat, though.
Before her death. They made a documentary where they did all these interviews with her. It's
Really?
insane.
Like, I knew that her last meal was, what, black coffee?
Yeah, something like that. Aileen Warnos. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking
She's
about.
cray-cray. Yeah. And, like, you know, like, watching her final interviews, like, it's sad, but also, like, I can't laugh at it, though, because it's so sad. Like, she's afraid to... Like, she goes back and forth between saying she's innocent and the government set her up because she knows too much, and saying, yeah, I did it. I did it. And that's, almost a direct quote.
I wish people could see my face right now. What? She was... How?
Do you like how I got us on my favorite subject?
What? Okay, let's go back to the Saturn Moon Matrix. Where did I leave off? Okay, so supposedly the Moon Matrix is a broadcast from that spacecraft, the moon, to the human body, specifically to the left hemisphere of the brain, which gives us our sense of reality. We are living in a dream world within a dream world, a matrix within the virtual reality universe. And it is being broadcast from the moon.
So wait, so is he saying that we're living in a virtual reality?
Yeah.
So then why does he think the moon was made by aliens if it's not even, doesn't even exist?
Because we're living in their reality.
But like, I hear people in the walls. Like, are we sleeping in pods? Is it like that kind of virtual reality? Like in the Matrix?
I'm not...
Because if we are, then how is the moon... If the moon doesn't exist, like none of this exists.
We could just be a part of a big computer program, which I do want to do a future podcast.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that, like, intelligent people actually believe that.
It's in the show notes for future shows. What I'm talking.
Okay.
We'll talk about this more. We don't want to give away too much. But, so this whole entire idea was further explored in his book, Remember Who You Are, Remember Where You Are, and Where You Come From, which came out in 2012. He introduces the concept of the Saturn Moon Matrix. It is, in this more recent conceptualization, the rings of Saturn, which... David believes were artificially created by a reptilian spacecraft, are the ultimate source of the signal, while the moon is merely a sort of amplifier.
So he believes in reptilian people, like lizard people.
Yeah.
Does he also think that those are the people that made the moon? Or are they different aliens? Oh, they're the same?
Yeah, he thinks that reptilians made the moon spacecraft.
So if the royal family are lizard people, which he believes...
Yeah.
Is like, are our presidents lizard people?
Supposedly.
That explains a lot.
This is a whole nother episode as well.
Sorry. Yes, we need to go into lizard people.
Yeah,
That's a thing. Shape shifting and shit.
We're not talking about those cryptids like in South Carolina. They're like lizard people, different breed people. Different species.
I don't know what he's talking about. Are you done with David Icke?
Yes, I am so done with David Icke.
Okay, so after all this information, you believe? Do you actually, like, in all seriousness?
In all seriousness,
What do you believe?
I don't even want to say what I believe right now.
Oh, come on! It's paranoid disposition.
It makes so much sense. It's a spacecraft. It does.
Wow. Okay.
But it also makes sense that it's not a spacecraft, so I don't sound crazy.
I mean, like...
Why haven't we been to the moon in over 40 years? Besides the fact that nobody wants to fund it anymore.
Money?
Except SpaceX, which...
We have other problems going on. I mean...
Real American heroes.
Like, it bugs me, but, like, I understand why we haven't gone.
Yeah.
Because we have, like, more serious things we need to be taking care of.
Like the war on terror, where we spend over $5 trillion.
Like, climate change and...
Okay, that's important.
Things that'll actually infect us. I know, that's my argument. Is that it's in what we're, like... that it's understandable.
I'm just saying.
I mean, we're dealing with Donald Trump right now. We're kind of busy.
Well, at this point where this airs, he could be our superior leader.
He will never be. No, that's not happening. He's really behind in the polls anyways. But they're rigged. It's my whiny Donald Trump voice.
Whenever people know that we're recording a few weeks beforehand.
I think we'll be okay with it. Okay, so you think it's a possibility?
Yeah.
Okay. The way I am is... I see that there is reliable evidence that points out that it's strange. I'm not to the point that, like, oh, it's definitely a spaceship. I guess, like, I'm kind of at, like, maybe it just has a very different composition than we're used to. Like, with the whole, like, it dinging like a bell thing. Maybe there is something weird about it that doesn't fit into our other moons, and we just don't have an understanding of it yet because we haven't explored enough. Like, maybe there are these kind of, like, anomaly large moons that are basically planets in other solar systems, and we don't know, like... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we just don't know about it yet. And, like... Basically, maybe there is a perfectly good explanation. We just haven't reached that point yet.
And we can't get government funding to go back to the moon. We were supposed to by 2020, but Obama canceled it because of how short on money we
Okay,
are.
you want to hear a very good argument for why to vote for Hillary Clinton? She said that she's going to release all of the alien files if she gets elected. I don't really believe her, but still. She really did say that.
I know.
In an interview. I got very excited. I mean, it was her husband who admitted that Area 51 was real.
True. I mean,
so maybe they...
I mean, the first thing he did when he got in office was look through all the files.
Yeah, so, like, maybe it's like a hobby of theirs.
I mean, supposedly I read something that NASA can't release certain information that could affect, like, the security.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of going into a whole other thing, but there's definitely plenty of reasons why they couldn't tell us. Basically, mass panic.
Well, the truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
Trust no one. Except us.
Just us, yeah. That's true. Just us. Okay.
Yeah, do you have anything else to add?
No. I don't think so. I'm glad that David Icke is British, though, so that way we could pronounce his name, because we said his name the most.
Wait, I just want to say it one last time.
Tell me.
The Voisin Shabakov theory.
Shish
Shishkabab.
Shishkerbakov. Shishkerbakov.
Shabakov. Shabakov. Shabakov.
Shabakov.
Shabakov.
Bye.
What, are we leaving?
Aren't we?
We didn't. Okay, everybody.
Wait. Keep an open mind.
No, I'm not even there yet.
You just said if I wanted to add anything else.
Okay, everybody.
God damn it, Alex.
You're jumping the gun. All right, so go follow us on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that should.
Yeah, you forgot all of this.
Follow us on Instagram, Paranoid Disposition.
And also on Twitter at Paranoid Dispo.
And you can follow our personal accounts. I am Chronically Enchanted.
And I'm Alex Smith.
Now, we'd like to hear from you guys.
What do you all think? Is the moon really a spaceship?
Tweet at Paranoid Dispo.
Hashtag Hollow Moon.
And this was
Paranoid Disposition.
Keep an open mind.
But don't be an idiot.
Bye.
Bye.